everyone, welcome to our very first episode of What's Good.
We're so excited to be here. We'll be kicking off the series with a look into one of our favorite shows, The Crown.
The Crown is a Netflix original series that follows the political rivalries and romance of Queen Elizabeth II's reign and the events that shaped the second half of the 20th century.
I will not kneel before my wife.
Your wife is not asking you to.
But my queen commands me.
Yes.
I beg you make an exception for me.
No.
This clip opens up in a great spot where Queen Elizabeth is having a fight with her husband, and you kind of see this throughout the series, her like butting heads with men in her life.
And it's so crazy because it's happening during a time in which women in history are small and oppressed, but the Queen was definitely not that. The show gives light to a very empowering female role model, which I think is one of the things that makes the show so good.
The audience to invest in the relationships you have and the story, and I think the only way of doing that is just being truthful.
I live for the scenes where her eyes make me feel so much emotion without having her say anything.
I always connect with the awkwardness of a moment or the complexity of her emotion while I watch her play the Queen in the show. The combination of the casting director and the producer worked really well in the casting process. They're all beautifully talented and truly captured the essence of the real people they're playing.
We realised we were not going to do a look-alike show. What we've tried to do is give you an essence of those characters that you know.
You know what's my favorite scene? When the Queen Mother is telling Elizabeth that she just can't be Elizabeth anymore. She is the crown and has a duty to put the crown before herself.
The fact is, the crown must win. Must always win.
The transitions between her writing the letter and Elizabeth reading it before she's seen in public for the first time as Queen was so smooth. There were about 20 takes in 15 seconds, and it's subconsciously sending a message that is so important and can easily be overlooked.
Showing this juxtaposition between a woman who's been through it and knows the deal, and this young woman being stripped from her youth and innocence to take on the crown.
Easy to jump on a production that's going to tell the story of the royal family, because that implies wealth, and that's the expectation of the audience. They're going to see a ton of wealth and beautiful things. So it was 1947, the country was on its knees, there was no money. Sort of place these impossibly wealthy people in an unwealthy context, and so I just thought how great it would be to put these palaces in a grey and brown, ashen kind of world.
And costumes are another effective way to communicate emotions.
So the plotting of scenes and the plotting of costumes in scenes, I think, is often the most creative part, almost, because you're trying to suggest something that isn't said, and it can just sort of sway people's understanding of a character.
Do you think the show will be remembered in years down the line?
Absolutely. Not only is this like a history lesson, but all the things we talked about would make the show unforgettable. The Queen's power, the relationship with the men in her life, the beautiful editing, the costumes, and most importantly, the accuracy.
Yeah, I agree. Unlike several shows today, which seem like they're just for the moment, The Crown has so much to bring to the table, and I think people will definitely be watching years from now. So what do you think The Crown's impact is on culture?
What makes the show great is we all know this Queen as like this symbol of Britain, but what we really see in the show is who she truly is and how she's just like us in a lot of aspects, and I think that's super empowering to us women.
Yeah, the show has brought back the monarchy for the younger generation in the US. We also get to see a bit more of the British history.
Well, this is it for our show. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, this was What's Good.
Winston Churchill and all that, but remember who you are. You're
Nobody.
the Queen of England.